Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another crystal corner video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about all the great crystals to have with you when you travel. So travel, unfortunately, comes with a lot of anxiety for people, right? There are some people who are scared to get on planes. There are some people who, don't like to fly. There are some people who get very nervous about going to a different country, have a lot of anxiety about it. As much as a lot of people love adventure and travel, to be honest, even the people who do love adventure and traveling a lot still get anxious when they get on an airplane or when they go to a new country or a new place. It can be pretty intimidating, right? Especially if you're going to a place where you don't know the language. If the language is different, the street signs are in a different language, transportation is in a different language. So that can be kind of a challenge, but that shouldn't deter you from actually going and traveling to certain places. Me, myself, I've been to a few Caribbean islands. I've been to Europe. I've been to Paris. I've been to Italy. So I've been to countries where English is, I want to say, when I traveled to Europe, I want to say almost over 10 years ago, English is a big part of a lot of different countries' language, right? So in America, a lot of the times, a lot of the public school systems and a lot of schools require you to take a language course, and sometimes and most of the time that course is Spanish, right? In a lot of different countries, the main language that you take is usually English. So believe it or not, a lot of the countries you go to, you would be surprised how many people actually speak English. A lot of the touristy areas in certain countries have a lot of signs that are in English. Usually a lot of shops that you go into, people do know English, so don't worry or hesitate on that. If you guys haven't traveled, there are people who know English. You will probably be able to make your way. It's not like the end of the world if you go to a country where they don't speak the language that it's okay. You will manage somehow. I promise you, it's really not that bad. Almost every crystal that you come upon can help you in some shape, way, or form when it comes to traveling, right? Because a lot of crystals, some of them don't hold on to negative energy. A lot of them help with anxiety, stress, things like that. And that's a lot of the things that you will be dealing with when you go to different countries, Even though you can be an experienced traveler, someone that's done it a lot, or someone that it's their first time traveling, you still get certain type of anxieties, right? A lot of people have flying anxieties, even those people who do travel a lot. They don't like airplanes, things like that. As I mentioned before, I recently, in March, came back from Vegas, and there are, I think it was either 4 or 5 crystals that I took with me that I think very much helped me in a big way. So I just wanted to get into some of that, get into some good crystals for travel. There are some crystals that I still don't have that I read up on that are good for travel, so I'll share those with you also. So let's get right into it. So the first crystal that I specifically got because it was for travel is Mookaite. So let me actually read you guys the medical physical properties for Mookaite and why it is good for travel. So let's see. Alright, so Mookaite jasper. So Mookites are known as jaspers. Mookaite jasper crystals come in a range of beautiful earthy colors and embody a beneficial energy to slow aging. They will help you change how you think about the whole aging process. They encourage adventure, yet at the same time aid physical protection when carried. So that right there is exactly why Mookaite is a great stone to carry. It helps in physical protection, because you hear all these, and I don't want to say all these, right? Because this is not with all travel. This is not, every other day you're hearing about this, but unfortunately there are things that happen to people while they travel. People get kidnapped, people get hurt, people get killed. So there is a lot of unfortunate things that you hear about people traveling to foreign countries, which is upsetting. But I will tell you that I have traveled to foreign countries and I've been okay, and I've been in the right places. And when they tell you to stay away from certain places, you stay away from certain places. If you stay with your group or stay at your resort, you definitely should be okay. So don't think of traveling in that negative way, but you do from time to time do hear about people who unfortunately have bad things happen to them when they travel. So Mookaite is a must. So let me show you the Mookaites that I have, and I will also show you Mookaite because I haven't mentioned Mookites in a different video. I've only mentioned them in my updated crystal collection, but I haven't really gone in depth about them and shown you them. So this is the biggest Mookaite I have. I have 2 Mookaite spheres. So this bad boy, you see how it has these beautiful earthy tones, just this beautiful yellow, orange, deep reds and browns in it, and that's why I absolutely love Mookaite. It's just a really gorgeous stone to look at in general. Just the coloring on it, the patterns on it, the banding is absolutely unique and gorgeous. So that's my first Mookaite. This is a pretty big sphere. I think this is about a 60mm sphere. And the first Mookaite that I actually ever got was this little baby right here. So one of the crystal Instagram accounts that I do follow, her name is Synergy Tribe. Her name is Claudia. She is the one that introduced me to these beautiful Mookaites, and she is actually the one that sold me all of my Mookaites, because believe it or not, she's the only person that I've seen sell Mookaite. So absolutely gorgeous. This is a 30mm sphere, absolutely beautiful. This is the first Mookaite that I ever got, and then I had purchased the big bad boy that I just showed you from her as well. And then I actually did purchase 2 palm stones. So if you've seen my previous video, like I mentioned before, palm stones usually fit in the middle of your palm. They're very great. A lot of them have this curve to it. Let me show you guys. A lot of them have this curve to it, kind of like your thumb. So it's kind of like a thumb worry carry stone, you know, so you can rub it. You can, you know, if you get really very anxious, or let's say you're traveling and you're getting very, you know, the plane, there's a lot of turbulence or whatever the case is, you know, take your crystal, rub on it, you know, think on it, put all that negative energy and that headspace on the crystals, you know, so it helps clear your head up, helps you, make you less nervous, things like that. So I ended up getting 2 beautiful Mookaite palm stones from the same person again, which is Synergy Tribe. So let me show you these guys. This is Mookaite in palm stone form. How beautiful are these? How gorgeous are these tones? So the one on the right here is a bit darker, and this beautiful one on the left is a bit lighter. And let me show you guys the back of them. All right, and these are the backs of those. How beautiful are these? And then I'm also going to show you them individually. How gorgeous are these? These beautiful colors. Oh, just stunning, absolutely stunning. So it's not only the travel part of it that sold me on them, it's just how absolutely gorgeous they are. They really are unique. The colors are very beautiful. So it's just another stone that I had to have, and the fact that it was great for travel was like, yes, because like I mentioned before, I try to at least travel once or twice a year. I did end up taking this bad boy with me when I went recently to Vegas in March, and I definitely felt the powers of it and it helped me, so definitely would recommend. What's really great about Mookaite is it can also aid in decision making, right? So let's say you're going abroad, and usually when you go away to travel, you do end up taking some tours or some trips. So I really think that that definitely helped in my tour decision making, because when we went in March, we ended up doing so many things in Vegas, and usually I'm kind of scattered and thinking about things and not sure what tours to take, what tours not to take. But I was like on point with all the tours that we took, and they were absolutely amazing and really gorgeous. So I definitely think Mookaite is very beneficial and very great to have with you while you're traveling. So the next piece I have is Lepidolite. Lepidolite is a great stone for anxiety and stress, and that is the main reason why I recommend it, and the main reason why I ended up taking it with me when I went abroad. So, sorry, when I went to Vegas, I didn't go abroad, sorry. So this is Lepidolite. Lepidolite has this beautiful purple colors to it. It kind of looks like a beautiful purple marble, and this is again another palm stone to take with you. These are also called carry stones, which is really cool. It also has that little indent in the front for your thumb, so you can kind of, you know, again, manifest whatever it is, whatever negative energy, whatever anxieties you have onto the stone itself. So Lepidolite is really great for stress and anxiety, so I highly recommend it when you go traveling, right? Because like me personally, even though I'm not scared of, for example, flying, like when we went to Vegas, we ended up getting on an airplane. I'm not, I don't know, like I don't get scared of flying myself, right? But I do feel that I do get some type of anxiety like the night before a flight. You know, you're just kind of uneasy. You don't usually sleep well, because even though you might not be nervous or thinking about it, I guess subconsciously you're like, you know, I hope everything goes smoothly. I hope there's no turbulence. I hope there's no accidents. I hope, you know, the plane doesn't crash, things like that. Again, I don't really think on those type of things right before I leave, but I'm not gonna lie, the night before, I do usually have a hard time sleeping. I usually don't sleep, especially if it's an early flight. If I have to be up at like 5 a.m, you know, I'll go to sleep really late and I'll kind of toss and churn. And then the morning of, usually I'm super cranky because number one, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I have to get up and I just don't want to deal with things. So I don't, again, on the day of, think of the airplane or get nervous about it, but I definitely think subconsciously the night before I do get some type of nerves and some type of anxiety because, you know, I can't sleep, and obviously the next day I know I'm getting on a plane, so I think that ties into it. So again, Lepidolite is great because it helps with relaxation and just anxiety and stress, so I definitely would recommend taking Lepidolite with you. This is another stone that I did carry with me when I went traveling. Another crystal that I do also take with me is rose quartz. Rose quartz has more of kind of like a happiness and love vibe that it gives off, but it also, I feel, helps with like calming and just relaxation. So rose quartz is another quartz that I do end up taking with me when I do travel, and I did end up taking with me when I did travel to Vegas. So again, I do have another palm of this beautiful rose quartz. Rose quartz is another crystal that you'll find that I have a few of. I think I have maybe 8 or 10 different rose quartz items, different shapes, different forms. It's another crystal that I really gravitate to. So I have this beauty that I ended up taking also with me on the flight, and I also have a little tumble rose quartz that I keep in my bag with me every day. And then another one, this is actually the one that I ended up taking with me to Vegas. I ended up putting it in my bag. So, you know, actually you know what the funny thing is, when I got into crystals and thought about taking crystals with me on traveling, I did try to look up a few videos on YouTube on airport stuff, because you know how airport security is really kind of weird about things you put in your bag. So I was kind of worried that I'll take these crystals with me, so I actually put them on the bag that I carried on to the airplane. I put them kind of where my purse and my wallet was in where my wallet was in my purse, in my bag that I had with me. It was like a crossbody. I put all these crystals in, and I was worried that when I went through TSA, they'd be like, oh, sorry ma'am, you can't take these on board, or you can't take these on the plane, or would give me some type of problem. But to be honest, I had these on my bag. It went through the metal detector and there was no issue. Like, they didn't stop me, they didn't ask me why I had these in my bag. You know, it was actually fine. And vice versa though, I have heard of people getting stopped for crystals. So again, I personally have not experienced that myself, and I hope I don't, because I do take crystals with me to help calm me down. So God forbid if they get taken away, because I really would be pissed. But I didn't have any issues. So I flew out of New York City, didn't have any issues, and then I flew back from Vegas. No problem. You know, again, they didn't even stop, question, or ask me why I had these crystals in my bag. So it wasn't an issue. So I hope going forward they're not an issue. And if you guys were curious, I didn't have any problems. So hopefully if you decide to take crystals with you, you won't have any issues either. The next stone I want to talk about is Sunstone. So Sunstone is known as a good luck stone. I think it's like 4 or 5 different sunstone crystals myself. So I have a palm stone, like 2 bigger palm stone sunstones. I have an egg-shaped sunstone, and then I have little sunstone tumbles. So just to show you guys, this is what sunstone looks like. It might get washed out a little, but it's kind of like these beautiful earthy oranges and browns. This is really not doing it justice, but this is sunstone. It's a very neutral color. Sunstone's very good for, it's just known as a good luck stone. So this is another tumble that I took with me. Just, hey, I'm going to Vegas, right? I'm gonna pay some of the slot machines. And I actually, believe it or not, we were so busy in Vegas because we did so much that I actually wasn't able to play a lot of the slot machines. So even though I took this for good luck, I didn't end up playing slot machines. So I didn't come back with like thousands of dollars, unfortunately, but I should have tried. But I am actually going to Atlantic City in the summer, so maybe I will bring this bad boy with me. And if I do gamble, you know, I'll make sure I have this bad boy by my side. So again, this is known as a good luck stone, so I just thought, why not throw it in there? Might as well. So then the next item I have is amethyst. So amethyst in general is known also as a great stone for any anxieties, stress, depression. It also helps, believe it or not, with the fear of flying. So like I mentioned before, I don't think I really have a fear of flying, but I also can't sleep the night before, usually before a flight. So maybe subconsciously I do, I guess, have a fear. But again, like I said, I'm not like, oh, I'm not gonna go somewhere because I don't want to get on a plane. No, like I'll get on a plane, it's fine. But I guess the night before I do subconsciously get a bit worried or anxious about it. So amethyst is great. Amethyst is really good for that type of you know, stress and the fear of flying. Amethyst is actually a really good stone to travel with when it comes to flight. So the next crystal we're going to talk about is pyrite. So pyrite is actually known as fool's gold, and the reason is why is because it looks just like gold. And believe it or not, many years ago, people were faking and trying to sell pyrite as gold. So this is this beautiful pyrite sphere that I have. So unfortunately, I don't have a smaller pyrite. I actually do have a smaller form. I do have a pyrite in matrix. This is how pyrite naturally comes. When it's broken and when it's in the stone, this is how it actually forms. It forms in these beautiful small little squares, in these cubes. This is its natural state. This isn't manipulated or made to be a stone or square like that. This is actually how pyrite naturally comes. So unfortunately, I do not have a tumble, so I wasn't able to take pyrite with me on my recent trip. But I am in search of a small pyrite, either something like this, like a little palm stone, or something like, you know, a small little tumble like this that I can take with me like I did my other stones, because pyrite is also a good luck stone. It's also, let me pull it up for you guys, because again, I don't remember all these by heart. But pyrite is a traditional crystal for money and good luck. It is a powerful crystal for manifestation, especially with regards to wealth and prosperity. Just in general, another good stone to have with you, just because, you know, we tend to spend a lot of money when we travel. So I just think pyrite is good luck and wealth, as in terms of it helps you spend your money wisely, I believe. So definitely I would recommend pyrite as a stone to take with you as well, if you are able to find it. I myself haven't been able to find small tumbles, but I'm definitely on the lookout, because I would be interested to take those stones with me while I travel. And on that note as well, I do have citrine with me that I have. Citrine's another crystal that I took with me. It's also another crystal that I carry with me every day in my bag, just because citrine is known as another stone that's, you know, for prosperity, for wealth, for kind of good fortune. So it's just another stone that I take with me while I travel. I had this with me when I went to Vegas, and I think when you go to Vegas and you're gambling, it's great to have stones that bring good luck, that, you know, kind of gravitate money towards you and your way. So if you're going to Vegas, these are probably great stones to take with you, because if you want to win a jackpot or if you gamble, probably great stones to have with you. So this is another one that I travel with and keep with me. And then the last fluorite that I want to, the last fluorite, do you hear me? The last crystal that I wanted to mention to you guys that I have, that I also travel with, is fluorite. So I do have a fluorite video up on my channel if you guys are interested in seeing that. But fluorite is a great stone to have. It's a very protective stone. It's a stone that also does not hold on to any negative energy. So fluorite is a great, let me show you. I have two. I don't have to show you guys two, because I already went into the fluorite video that I have. But here is a fluorite. It's these beautiful purple greens. Usually fluorite comes in purple, greens, or blues. It's another tumble I have, another small stone that I like to keep in my bag with me. Also another one that I ended up taking with me on my travels. It's just great for protection. It's great for negative energies. So there are a lot more other stones that you can take with you for travel. Like I mentioned before, there are a lot of crystals that kind of can do a little bit of everything. So I think every crystal can definitely help you in some type of way, shape, or form when you travel. But these are the main crystals that I have taken with me, the main crystals that I have really read on and think are really good for travel. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was informative. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to not only just show you the crystals I have and what they mean, but to also help you understand what certain crystals can help you in your everyday life. So these specific crystals can definitely help you when you're going out traveling. More informative, something different for you guys to see on my crystal collection. And yeah, please leave me any comments, questions, concerns down below. I'll be more than happy to answer. And thank you again for watching.